Hi, today we've got Konstantin Klyagin from Redwerks. I appreciate you joining me today.
Well, glad to be here with you today.
For sure. So Konstantin, tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me a little bit about your company, Redwerk, and what it's all about.
All right. So presently I'm the CEO and founder of
Okay.
Redwerk, the software development agency. We've been around for over 12 years on the market. We have multiple complex projects and SaaS systems on our portfolio. And when it started 12 years ago, I wanted to build an organization that is capable of addressing every step of the software product development lifecycle, which means that we should be able to start with the requirements, then write technical specifications, do architecture, provide UI and UX for the product, develop it, test it, put it into production, and maintain it.
Wow. And, I did a little bit of digging on your website before our interview today. Sounds like you cover a lot of different technologies, right?
Well, we do have quite a wide technology stack. And the reason for that is that in order to be able to build a modern SaaS application, you have to possess knowledge in the backend part to be able to implement the business logic. Then you also have to know the front-end technology so that you can build the web front-end part, typically responsive web.
Sure.
Then there's also a need for mobile technologies knowledge so that there are mobile apps attached to that. And sometimes if you are talking about PaaS, like platform as a service, then you should also be able to design and implement an API for third-party developers.
Yep. Wow. So highly sophisticated, agency that you're running over there. How big is the agency as it stands today?
Was it?
How many people are actually working at your company?
Well, nowadays we are almost 50 people.
Great.
And we have 2 offices, both in Ukraine, in capital city, in Kiev, and in Zaporozhye, which is 500 kilometers south from Kiev. So almost 50 people, and covering all of those roles that I described: business analysts, UI, UX designers, developers, QA engineers, DevOps, sysadmins, and so on.
Excellent. So talk to me. I mean, I understand, you certainly offer a lot to potential customers in terms of just handling their, online needs, essentially. So tell me a little bit about, differentiation points outside of the vast technologies that you offer. What are some of the other differentiators that your company offers that other companies necessarily can't bring to the table?
Well, from what I know about the outsourcing, so to say, like software development outsourcing landscape, is that many businesses practice a very simple business model, that is outstaffing. So their only role is like giving a developer, a desk, a chair, and an internet connection, saying this guy on Skype is now your boss. We don't do that, right? I'm a software engineer myself. I wrote my first program when I was 8 years old, and ever since I wanted to build a software development company. And now that I have one, I find this business model extremely boring. There's no value, absolutely, that you bring to the table, right, with this approach. So what we do, we take away a lot of pain from our customers, managing developers, right? So really stand-ups with them. We take care of all the communication, quality assurance, and everything internally, so that they can just sit back, relax, and wait till the deadline that we commit to have their product or a functionality in the product developed.
No, I think that's a great way to put it. And I think that, it's very interesting because when people actually hire you, they're essentially hiring, your people, right? And so the quality of your people is something I'd like to learn a little bit more about, because essentially that's what they're transacting on. And so are they all as well-spoken as you and as thoughtful as you? Or to talk to me a little bit about, the quality of people that work at your place.
Well, we have a whole HR department and a few recruiters working for us in-house, so that we make sure that we only employ people who are really capable of doing the job. Also, if that's a customer facing role, then we also check their English knowledge. And if those are technical people, we certainly do some in-depth analysis and checking of their skills and their track record.
Right.
So this is very important for us. Another thing is that since we are based in Ukraine, there is a good school and a lot of talent, and like pretty much every developer who works for us holds at least a master's degree in computer science or applied mathematics, like myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So that your corporate culture that, hey, not to just connect an internet connection to a computer and just be a dedicated developer is something that I would presume the rest of your team believes in as well. I mean, they're essentially really, taking your leadership and applying, your business value proposition that you offer your clients and potential clients, I would presume permeates throughout the organization, correct?
Well, of course, yes. So what we also sell besides our knowledge is our process. And this process is very well defined and also fine-tuned over the years. And we know how to handle specific situations properly and in the most efficient manner. And like starting with the issue or a development task lifecycle from its specification and then discovery with the customer if it's underspecified,
right,
to its implementation, testing, checking against the initial requirements, testing it for bugs, deploy it live. So it's all well defined and documented how it should work.
Right.
So what we sell essentially is obviously not individual people, but managed teams that are complemented with the project manager and QA, so that it's like a self-contained unit that can act as a part of another team. We also have cases of integration into ongoing development or as a separate development unit. And we also have examples like that when a customer didn't have a single technical person on site, but they used our technical skills to develop their requirements up to their requirements on an ongoing basis.
Okay, very cool. So talk to me a little bit about your pricing. And I understand, it certainly depends on the needs of the client or potential client, right? But talk to me a little bit about, is it an hourly rate? And if it is, what does that look like generally? And then talk to me about a particular case study that maybe you worked for somebody, and then give me a price tag and timeline attached to it.
Wow. Well, our pricing, I would say that it's market average, and we charge based on the hourly rate. So in the end of each month, our customers get a time report outlining exactly who worked on what and for how long, and when. And based on those time reports, we also send our invoices, right? And a good case study. So
how much is the price? What is the hourly rate that you apply today for? And I'm, give me an idea. Give me a range.
A range would be between $30 and $50 an hour.
Okay.
For developments, and between maybe $15 and $25 an hour for quality assurance.
Okay, for QA. All right. And we can cover a case study if you like, or I can just keep moving. Whatever you prefer.
Well, of course we can cover a case study, but I'm just trying to ponder which could be considered a one-off project that. Well, all right. There is a good case study. So there used to be a startup in Berlin, in Germany, which was basically something like handy.com, I believe it's called in the US, right? That's you used to order a house cleaning service, right?
Right.
So there was a startup like that in Berlin, very successful startup, one of the Berlin's like best success stories, because they made an exit through acquisition. They got acquired by Rocket Internet's Helpline.de, which is like a solid company, especially in the same domain. So before being acquired, they needed an app for their cleaners, which would run smoothly on all possible Android devices, right? On the shittiest, Android phones, because that's what cleaners have. They don't have an iPhone. They normally have a Huawei or something like that.
Okay.
So what we did, we created an app for them.
Yep.
We came up with the UX and UIs that are easy to understand for cleaning ladies.
Yep.
And what we did, we implemented it, and I think it was a part of. This is how we contributed to their success and into their exit.
Right. And what did it cost them?
The app was not actually that expensive. I think it was 5,000 euros.
Okay. Yeah, very reasonable. I mean, from, again, that's just me saying that, but it sounds like a very, very fair, square deal. What's the biggest complaint you hear from your clients?
The biggest complaint is, well, sometimes, and it happens a lot in custom work, that you are not able to deliver up to the initial estimates because there is some scope creep and some changes in the specification that occur during the development process, and this is when it comes to our project managers, that they have to manage our customers' expectations.
Got it. Yeah, I can see that happening. Once you start with a project, a customer always wants more. There's always, oh, well, I didn't think of that. I think, well, now I want this, but then I want it at the same rate that we originally talked about. It doesn't always work that way.
I could put in all the goods, all the weight into the last car of a living train.
Right.
And this is why we dropped all the fixed quotes about like 3 or 5 years ago, because we couldn't handle it anymore.
Sure.
Nowadays, we just give a range and saying that every change in the requirements has to go through a certain process.
Yep.
We only assess the scope that we have available right now.
Okay, makes sense. So where do you see the company in 2-3 years from now?
Well, growing, more fun to work at, a lot of happy customers.
Yeah, yeah. So, but same set of technologies, same philosophy, obviously. Do you see any type of a need that you're seeing from your customers right now that they're asking for more, whether it's mobile? I'm not sure what you're seeing. Are you seeing a trend in any one particular type of a requirement that you think will expand over the next 2-3 years?
Well, I think a lot of people are trying to apply machine learning and AI in their projects. That is clear. Also, augmented reality is a big thing. So if you do mobile, it's good to know a few technologies that let you do that.
Yep. Very cool. Very cool. Well, if somebody's, we definitely, drive traffic to our website where people are looking for, developers. And so I think, it'd be, if I was looking for a company from a development perspective, I would definitely want to at least talk to you just to get an idea of what type of a cost I'm dealing with and what type of timeline I'm dealing with. And so I would highly recommend our visitors to at least reach out to you and see if it's a good fit. I mean, I've talked to a lot of agencies over 16 years, and I'll tell you, it's tough to make it work when somebody's offshore, but then you always get a gut instinct that, hey, this gentleman on the other side actually knows what he's talking about. And so that's kind of like the gut that I'm getting right now, the feel. So I would highly recommend people at least talk to you to get some feedback in terms of their project, and then they can make their own decision. So how does somebody get a hold of you? What's the best way?
Well, the best way is to submit some information about the project through our website. Mm-hmm. But we are also we try to maintain very informal contact with our customers, and many of them are my personal friends or friends of my team that they become after starting working with us. And so they can talk directly to me. All of my contacts are in my LinkedIn profile. Okay. They can talk to my sales team. They can easily be in contact with my project management team.
Yep. Okay, and how quickly does it take for somebody to go ahead and get a quote from you?
Well, normally we provide high-level quotes within maybe 2-3 days
after
receiving estimations, requirements. Sorry. And normally they come we send them as a range, like from this much to this much, depending on 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
this gives people a feeling like if it fits their budget or
Sure.
they want to go ahead with us. And so we also get a lot of inquiries through our website because we've been around for a long time, and we have our different departments making sure that we are visible. And
okay. And the website is redwerk.com. redwerk.com.
yes,
Correct?
exactly.
All right. All right. Well, Konstantin, thanks so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.